Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. In the last episode, we investigated the raid at Neuhof and also found Ginger. Now, we're back. We need to talk to the Sir Bernard, and then we will continue.
Well, look who deigns to grace us with his presence.
I was looking for that boy, and
And you didn't bother telling anyone.
I had to follow the trail before it went cold.
And what if some bandit skewered you and left you for dead? We'd never find you because you told no one where you were going. How would I explain that to Sir Radzik, eh?
I think I tried to tell him.
really
I'll have to watch the
don't
last
know,
episode.
my
I really
lord.
don't know.
He disappeared without saying a word to anyone. Never crossed my mind he wanted to get himself killed.
I...
Silence! Keep your ignorant mouth shut when I'm giving you the benefit of a veteran's wisdom. You do what I tell you, answer only when I ask, and not go roaming off whenever you feel like it. I'd like to kick your arse back to the castle and be shut of you. But it's true, you're a fucking peasant who knows nothing about soldiering, and it's my job to whip you into shape, so I'm not done with you yet. God have mercy on you if you ever try anything like that again. If you're lucky, I'll only have you whipped and clapped in the stocks. Because if I get my way, you'll be hanged for desertion. I hope we've got that out of the way. And I've made myself absolutely clear. Now, let's hear what you have to report.
I did not expect this episode to start with me getting fucking chastised, but okay.
I talked to Ginger
Sure.
and found out what
Just
happened.
took all
Out
the
with it,
steam
then.
out of my...
Ginger fled because he recognized one
revelation,
of the
but
raiders.
okay.
He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
All right, since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around at Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzik will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
All right. Yeah, no, so we just got absolutely just belittled. Didn't expect it, kind of. I don't know, it's like when your parent yells at you in front of your friends. Now I'm just kind of like, oh, okay.
I found Ginger. He begged me to ask if he can return, man.
Why should I take him back? It might be his fault I had to bury my husband.
What?
Why else would he flee but guilt?
Wrong.
That's not true. He fled because one of the attackers recognized him,
Those are just excuses.
but they came back the very same day.
But why would they do that?
Why
Yeah,
not?
true that.
They'd already murdered several people. Why?
And now I'm supposed to take him back? What if they come back for him and kill one of my daughters in the...
The cutthroats who were after him have
Skipping
been
some
taken
of it.
care of. And the rest have no reason to return here. I understand your concerns, but you just need to ask Sir Hanish to leave you a guard. Those bandits might be willing to take on a few stable boys, but not an armed soldier.
True.
I'd definitely feel better if someone was here a few days to keep watch.
It can be arranged. I'm sure Sir Bernard won't object.
Exactly.
Let the lad come back again.
Hey.
May the Lord watch over you.
Cool. Let's talk to Radzig, and then I'll like do a little. Dude, shut the fuck up. Oh. Okay.
God bless
Even
you.
Radzig's
What
looking
troubles
just
you?
aggravated with it. Yeah, I'll just do like a little cut, and then I'll go get Ginger. That's fine.
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
I'm gonna do it brief. That way I can just skip dialogue. Or actually, maybe they give me more speech experience for a whole story, but we'll just skip
One of the
some stuff.
Neuhof stable boys.
That's true.
Oh, yes, sir.
Did he tell you?
He said it wasn't one gang.
And did you find out?
All I know is one of them is from
All right. I'm going to our encampment at Merhayed to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Okay. Well, we gained a main level. We didn't get exactly what we wanted.
Why choose
but that's fine.
Merhayed?
It's somewhat at the center of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True.
Exactly.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat.
Hmm.
Good.
Okay, so he
Trail
already
leads to-
knows
I
this,
see.
so...
That's all I found.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Goodbye.
So, yeah, we're gonna do like a little stop-start situation. That way I can go tell Ginger that he is no longer...
What are you doing here?
Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, no, I'll be back, guys. I'll be back in a second. This game's already getting a little annoying. Okay, everybody, we're back. Let's just talk to Ginger real
You
quick.
can return home.
Figured I'd show this
It's
conversation.
hard work to convince them, so please don't get into trouble when you go back.
Thank you. I'd like to give you something, but I've got nothing, except if you're ever traveling by way of Neuhof, stop by and I'll show you something with the horses.
Okay. Is he just gonna be a trainer, or do you guys think that might be like a free level up? Because a free level up is very welcome. Once he leaves, I'm gonna unlock this chest. Just for the experience points. But yeah, we might have to go back to Neuhof to talk to him and see if maybe there's a free training session involved. But until then, we probably should get back with the main mission, as we've spent too long doing this one thing. So yeah, let's get to Ushitz. Question of the day. I haven't thought of one completely yet. What do you guys think? So, okay, in KCD 2, they're talking about, they're doing like an event to help reset some of the characters' stats and, clothing and things like that. That way we don't have a completely overpowered character right off the rip. What do you guys think they're going to do, and what do you hope they're going to do? I think that they said it's not going to be a situation where like he bumps his head and then all of a sudden, it's just not going to be that. But I am definitely curious to see which route they decide to take on that, because I don't know, to me that's a very interesting thing for sure. But I guess we'll see. I mean, we're almost to release date, right? Man, it has carrots and cabbages and everything. Wow. Okay, so we need to go find the man with a limp. Best place to go for information, the tavern. Of course.
God be with you.
And you, good sir, and you. Fellow with
I'm
a
looking
limp.
for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
What would you want with him? Well, it's no skin off my nose. The bastard has a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Ratai.
Okay.
Is there anything...
Indeed. Just last night, Father got... Oh, and around here...
Okay. Those are side
May the
quests.
Lord
We'll
watch
probably
over you.
do those in separate episodes. But right now, this is a main story. We gotta do the main story. So,
He said right away he'll take them. And how much do I want for them?
Well, now.
I was surprised myself, but I wasn't sure that...
riveting shit. Riveting indeed. Ushitz is a cool town, dude. Now, I will say it's neat how it's like divided by the river and then you have one side and one side. But it does kind of make it a pain in the ass that over here doesn't have a fast travel point. Because, yeah. It's just a generalized pain in the ass. Okay. Got the congregation out here. That's interesting.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
Comedic genius.
By the keys of St. Peter. This is all I need.
We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz.
Oh.
And I say we don't
How
want
is
any
it
of that
Auschwitz?
kind of trouble around here.
Auschwitz?
What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
No,
stud farm recognized someone
Not
from
what I
Auschwitz
just
among
said.
the bandits.
Not what I just... We'll just stick with
No
Auschwitz.
bandits or murderers around here.
Holy...
Really?
Fool.
They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow
I don't
me
mean to interrupt a
introduce you
cutscene, but I think I just about got myself
to
canceled.
Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Yeesh.
Sacre. Nothing's ever easy.
Indeed.
I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Yeah, they got him pretty bad, guys. Okay.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Why did he...
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Oh, that was a fast explanation. Usually they have a really wordy response. Okay.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
And...
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
I think we know where he was, guys.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Okay. Pretty vicious stuff.
God be with...
And you, sir.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa.
I don't know anything about it, but...
Okay.
That man...
I didn't really know.
Have you noticed anything?
Come to think of it,
Oh, okay,
he was
here
in
we go.
church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Okay. The priest.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone.
Do you know what Lubosh...
I was coming from the tavern. He looked like he...
Okay.
That's all.
May the Lord
Okay,
show be...
that guy kind of gave us pretty good info, to be honest, so... We're about to see the stank. Wait, did he just gag? I think he might have. Okay. Gotta close the door. We don't want people to see the scene here. I'm gonna try to keep his body out of camera view because I don't know how YouTube is gonna react to that. I'll have to wait until like I absolutely need to do it. Get that lockpicking experience. The one thing that we do know is that we need to... Okay, looks like everybody's leaving. That's good. I don't honestly know where to look for the evidence, because normally I just go talk to the priest, like, instantly. So, this is actually kind of different. Here.
A bed.
Good job, dude. If... Oh my god. Okay, now we're gonna have to look at him.
Judas. Looks like this is meant to be a warning. But for who? And why? Maybe the gang had a falling out. But a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
True.
What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream. Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him.
Yup.
Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything?
We know that now. I think that's all we're gonna get out of this. At least as far as I know, that's all we're gonna get out of this. Other than that blood stain is curious, right? It's like they were in here already, and maybe when he walked in, they hit him and drug him. It's interesting. But we need to go talk to the parish priest.
God be...
Okay, I don't really need to know more about him from that guy because he has no information. But we are going to shower as we probably need it. Let's also shut this door. Wait. Wait. Why is there already a blood trail there? Okay, the plot thickens. Huh. Okay. At this rate, this episode's gonna be like the longest episode of all time. So let's get some progress in. Which, I mean, these are some investigative-ass episodes, so, you know, it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. If you don't like it, I'm sorry.
And now I'm sorry I did.
But, I mean, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's all gonna be main episodes. Tuesday, Thursday, short-form episodes. I need to honestly do a bunch of main story stuff so that I have a couple episodes in advance for the week. But in terms of the short form videos, I'm kind of good. I have a lot uploaded. A ton uploaded, actually. Okay. Is the whole entire town just... Oh, yeah, the whole entire town is an investigative point. Interesting. Okay.
May the Lord watch over you.
Never mind. We need, I guess, to speak with the Father Godwin. It's important here that we don't pass his speech check, because then we get to have a cool mission.
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick.
I actually didn't mean to skip that dialogue, but with a stick.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy.
Children?
I hope this nasty bit...
Did you know Lubos?
Yes.
What was he like?
A bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Okay.
Do you know what Lubos was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Amen.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubos don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
There has to be.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
But Lubosh is dead.
Wait, but I don't want to...
You can't hurt him. But if you...
If I told
Okay,
you
good.
I
I
would be
failed.
betraying a
I know
vow
that's a
a cornerstone
drop,
of the
but it
Holy
doesn't matter.
Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians.
I think using
worse than the murderer
prestigious
escaping punishment.
option would have
No
actually
one
got
escapes
it, but
punishment.
I didn't want that.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Okay.
God be with you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your reasonability. It is very appreciated. Oh, okay. If I'm not mistaken, I have 2 saves. I'm pretty sure this is the save that I'm able to read. Yeah? Can I read? Let's find out if I can read. No, I can read. Okay, cool. Let's... I don't know if we just wait in the tavern. Yeah, let's just wait in the tavern. But let me whip out a torch just in case somebody disses us for, you know, being facetious. I'm just gonna hit stop now. So that last hour, they always wait. Like the wait is always a little bit longer. Pro tip: ignore the wait. It's just not worth it. I'm gonna do a quick stop cut. I just have something going on personally that I need to just take care of, but you guys won't actually see that. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. For me, a little bit longer than it was for you guys.
The blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. Take a seat.
Here you are. And good health.
Nothing like meeting in a bar. Let's... Hang on. We did take a... Yeah, we got a speech point. Let's see if we got anything out of this. Okay, so... Speech level increasing by 3 when talking to nobles and wealthy people. I don't really know who that always applies to. But I feel like commoners... I feel like I talk to a lot more commoners. And I could be wrong, but I don't know how many, like, wealthy people you actually talk to. I'm not going to take one yet, but I'm going to do some research on that. That way I can give you guys good advice.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Redacted.
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh.
Yeah, we got...
I'm sorry.
We got booped.
What about your kin?
Yeah, they're gone.
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It
Yes,
must
sir.
have been terrible.
It was.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of a church in Rovno. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
Old Grouch is true.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujits, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture.
True.
We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
No, it was pretty bad. It was
The
pretty
rumours aren't
horrible.
exaggerated this time, unfortunately.
Neuhoff was a
stud farm was
massacre.
raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the
I've only
horses.
got 2 hands.
They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to
One
those
beer for
poor
me.
souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father.
I
You
take
don't
her
look
to
much
the
like
ale.
our parish priest at home.
Yeah, let's
I
talk about
noticed
the
you're
sword
pretty
again.
handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
And oh yeah, okay.
Well,
straight
we've
to the
had an
point. Let's
agreeable
go.
chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal.
My pleasure.
Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits is in Prague.
Enjoy.
It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue lashing about the 2 popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people
You know, they
liked
talk
it.
about
I
Jan
hear he
Hus a
always
couple
has
of
a full
times in this
house.
game.
A journeyman
I know
who
he's in
heard him
Prague,
told
but
me
it'd
what
be cool
Hus
to
is
see
preaching,
or hear more
and I
about him
like
in
the sound of
Gutenberg
it.
in
I'm
the second
thinking
game.
about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Amen.
Well,
Wow.
this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Hella good voice
Oh,
acting.
the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
Here.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Ooh.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
Cool. I might actually do that. I'm thinking about having an episode, just like a long form, of looking through the codex in this game and getting deep into the lore. So we'll have to see about that.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
No explanation. Hella.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe?
Okay. Enough about preaching.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
What's the count on those right now?
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
I feel like we've had quite a few drinks.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padł dziesnej smutek, do dnielo i rano utek, niech już małżeński majstrat, do wczera żylne staje prak. Už sej bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jich kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední den. Půjdem se mámy a do rána slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou nejdem, tak nalej mi hned, ať točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Oh, hell yeah.
Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Oh. You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Hell yeah. Let me pause really quick, by the way. Like, not actual, like, cut pause, but just letting you know, guys know there is, there's a certain, like, there's some nudity, basically, in a cutscene that's about to come up. I'm just gonna pause through it. I'm gonna, like, do a little cut whenever it's about to happen. That way, I don't get, striked.
On then, bailiff.
Oh, shit.
Yeah!
Maybe focus on the people, maybe focus on the people trying to fight you.
God damn!
Yeah, there we go. Got him.
Thou shalt not hurt thy neighbor, fucker.
Thou shalt not hurt thy neighbors, fucker. Don't touch him. Ah. Now I'm getting busted. By who? Wait, are we not on the same squad? Guess not. About to be on the losing team. I almost gave you an invitation. There. We win, little bitch.
So, my dear, would you like to have a little ring on the bell? No sooner said than done.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop
Yes.
that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
I'm having my hand hovering right over the pause button.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath.
Isn't it curfew?
And now, my dear,
What's that guy doing out?
comes the climax of the evening.
All right. Okay, we're back. Still very drunk. I think we got us trust, guys. We did it.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Ooh.
Oh, step on in my head. Oh, my guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh,
How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Mm.
So all at once, the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
We'll never get...
Not if you make a hash of it.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do, exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Yes, sir. Let me put clothes on. I don't want to give a sermon while nude. That just sounds absolutely stupid. Let's go gold ring. Does this improve our stamina? I'm looking to see if anything improves our, or not stamina, our charisma. And we don't really need that. Look at that. We're like an expert at drinking now. It's amazing. Anyways, we should probably get to getting. You guys are supposed to be in church. Rep lost. Why is my reputation lost?
I thought he'd never show up. The swimp.
Look,
He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hoc facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters,
Henry
you
just
may
realized
have
she's
had
not
the
as
honor
pretty as she looked.
of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague.
Shit.
So Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious.
Huh.
And then we'll cue first.
I should have looked. Let's go.
Brothers and sisters,
confident.
Let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
Ooh.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation. which the prelates do not care to hear.
So it was a book that had all the good options that I just didn't get.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, humans, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
Yeah.
And such sins, those who should lead with reason, who should shun debauchery and show the path of righteousness, which is the duty of all priests, instead they indulge in drunkenness and intoxication. Therefore the apostle says that a bishop may not be a drinker of wine, and parish priests must be sober. And it is written that when a bishop is a drinker of wine, he must be deposed, and a priest who drinks must be punished or deprived of his priesthood.
He's talking about Godwin. For sure he's talking about him. The drunkard.
That's not what I meant
Enough
to do.
about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Oh, okay, we're good now. We're good.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honor to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Clap, clap, clap. I think we did good. Yeah. We got him talking, I think.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
Okay, good.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
Glad
silver
he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, but he told it nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed.
We're not acting very drunk anymore, though.
I wasn't the only one.
Like immediately
Oh,
got
what's to be
sober.
done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko. Pius, Timmy.
Pious. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow,
in the future we get to be a monk.
You ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Cool. I love that quest. I know this is going to be a long and very wordy episode, but like, it's a great quest. Now we get to sleep off a hangover and be chill. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to end the episode, I think. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Tune in for the next video. Main episodes are going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesday and Thursday are going to be episodes that I think will do a little bit better, like viewership wise and like general engagement, as those episodes are going to be shorter and be more tips and tricks oriented, which I'm actually excited for. I'm pretty excited for that. I'm decent at this game, and so I'm like, let's just show people how to be decent at this game. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. But that'll happen in the next episode. Again, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a fantastic day.